Hey everybody, welcome back to this week's weekly market update for the week of March 6th, 2017. Now we've got the final numbers in for February, and what we can see is that prices are rising back up at quite a rapid rate. We'll talk about why that's happening coming up right next. So the February numbers show us that prices are increasing quite rapidly. We'll go into why that's happening in today's video, but first let's look at the price points. So on your screen right now, you see our Metro Vancouver benchmark price map for condos, and immediately you'll notice that the benchmark price point for the west side of Vancouver is now $668,000, which represents a 3.8% increase from the month of January. So it's quite a large increase. Likewise, with the other areas as well, we're seeing increases of 1.7% on the east side of Vancouver, 2.3% in Burnaby, 1.8% in North Vancouver, 3.2% in Richmond. So these are quite large gains for a month-to-month perspective. And if we look at, for example, on the west side, the price changes over the course of the last year, what you'll notice is that since about August, the prices were relatively flat. They did decrease a bit, and this is the first time that we've come up to a point as close as to where we were in August of last year. If you recall, that was also the time that we had some major changes implemented in the real estate industry. The biggest change, of course, being a 15% foreign buyer tax that was announced at the end of July, turned over to August last year, which had a big effect on the market. So it seems like now we're resuming back to those numbers, having had all those local real estate changes take effect in the industry. So why the rapid price increase though? Well, what we notice is if we look at our 12-month demand graph, what you can see is that the bars represent how much supply there's every month, and the line represents how much of that supply is selling every single month. That's also called an absorption, how much of the market is being absorbed by consumers. What we see in February is that our absorption went up. We have a 53% absorption right now on the market. However, the inventory from January did not really change at all. In fact, January we had 691 units in the market. February we had 686 units in the market. So that's relatively almost no change at all, yet demand went up quite a bit. Now, if demand is going to go up and we're not going to get enough inventory in the market, that will drive up prices, and that is exactly what we're seeing in the marketplace. If we look back to August 2016, when we had all these changes coming in, what we notice is that we had much less inventory and we had relatively the same amount of demand. So it is good that right now we do have more inventory than we had back in August in the market, but demand is relatively the same. And if we're not going to see more inventory replenish the market, we may very well end up in very similar conditions in where we were in August of last year. So a couple of tips right now is that it's of course a great time to be selling if you are a seller. No one has a crystal ball. We don't know what's going to happen moving forward. Traditionally, we would see more inventory hitting the market in the springtime. If you are a buyer, it is very competitive right now, but if the trends continue as they are, it will only get more competitive as we go. So there does need to be some sense of urgency if you are purchasing a property, and of course, getting into the market early is always a good idea so that you can have enough time to make a comfortable and educated decision. Likewise, again, if you're selling, it does require a strategy in place to maximize the conditions of any market, whether the market is in your favor or not. You always do want to maximize and leverage the market to its fullest potential when you are participating in it. So, if you have any questions about the marketplace, you can always reach me by calling or texting the number right below. And of course, if you like these videos, I do hope you like my Facebook page because we do post here every single week. So until this time next week, have a wonderful week ahead. Bye-bye.